Right, quick video here guys of the class 450 that I'm currently doing. Well, it's finished now. Quite a bit of work's gone into this. The model as it comes from Bachmann is pretty detailed, but the DCC functionality is pretty limited. You can either turn the main lights on or off, the internal lights stay on, and if you use a switch under the cover at either end, you can turn the cab light on and off, but none of that is able to be controlled, apart from the headlights, able to be controlled via DCC. So I've added ESU digital light strips in each coach. So as you can see, they've got, like a real light, they'd all flicker on in different compartments, slightly different times. On the motor unit, this one, Bachmann have used the design like the 150. They've used a black housing of half the unit to hide the motor. I thought I could improve on that slightly. I've painted it deck tan, the same as the interior, and I've fitted nano LEDs, 0603 SMD LEDs along the side and along the other side. So that's blended that in a little bit more, and if I'll shut the curtains in a bit, and you can see that that blends in pretty well. I'll move you around to the front of the train. I'll show you what I've done. Excuse this, this is taped to a chair. I've not got a posh tripod or anything. So that's day headlight. That's night headlight, so it just swaps the main headlight over from one side to the other. As long as you're stationary and travelling in that direction. You got a cab light, and they'll program the cab light that once the train is moving, after a period of time, the rear, if you still left the function on, the rear cab light comes on, like the guard sat there with his feet up, like you quite often see them doing. You've got parking rears, so if it's in a station that's got permissive working, so two trains can come into one platform at the same time, then it'd display parking rears both ends. I'll just put the sound on, start the motor sequence. Obviously this is an electric powered train. So this has got two decoders in it, two lock sound decoders, both by legomanbiffo. It's running 2 sugarcubes per decoder. So horns are directional. So if I change direction, you've got directional horns. Because I've got 2 decoders, I'm able to have twice the amount of station announcements. So like, for example, if I'm going forwards, and if I change direction, So it's got station announcements, little quirky things like window wipers. Door open lights. So things like the whistle is directional, so the dispatch whistles will be at the front of the train, and then the right-of-way guards reply will be at the rear of the train. Other things I've added, if you're wondering why there's a screwdriver in the middle of the train, that's so the wheels don't propel the train. I'll talk about it in a minute, but Strap Pepper Junction has got an excellent video on a test bed, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So I don't know if you're picking that up, but I've been working with legomanbiffo. I've also got a class 73 that I fitted to for him. So this is an electric train, so when it's going over a neutral section, or it changes sides like the third rail, or if there's dirt on the track, or if it's snowy, icy, you'll get the electric arcing effect. So I've tried to replicate that on here. So you've got that typical electric sound. And then I've also fitted detonator, which is directional. So I'll just switch this off, it's a little bit noisy. Yeah, so all in all, I'll just shut the curtain so you can get an idea. Excuse my behind. Right. Let's quickly show you those lights. So I know it's not ideal, that motor, but it's pretty blended in, and it still looks like the windows are illuminated. I've fitted passengers inside, driver either end, well, a driver one end and a guard the other, depending on which direction you're travelling. So I'll just switch the lights back on. So that's a class 450. I've added a lot more DTC functionality, a lot more playability. The legomanbiffo sound file is excellent anyway, but going back to what I spoke about before, have a look at Strap Pepper Junction on YouTube. He's 3D printed me a cradle and a little switch box for a test bed to test trains. So I'm in the middle of doing the woodwork for that, so that will have a rolling road on it, test tracks, and the ability to use. I'm at the moment using a lot programmer, but that will also have a Sprog 3 on it, and I'll be able to plug in my DCC system when I get it for Christmas this year, and NCE power cab. So I'll have the ability to test any of the trains on it, and it will have the rolling road on it as well, so I can program and test the units a lot easier than the dining room table. Any questions, give me a shout. I'm hoping my mate Peter Buchanan, the lad I'm doing this for, I'm hoping he's pleased with it. I'm certainly pleased with it. I fancy getting one of the 350 units, which is almost identical to this, apart from it has the pantograph on it instead of the third rail, and respraying it from Midlands trains into the newer livery in white and green. That looks pretty smart. But any questions, give me a shout. Cheers.